In New York City, the real tragedy there has to do with kids dying, getting shot. And here in Seattle, on Capitol Hill, there was the protest area. And aside from the yelling and the screaming, not as many people are dying and are choosing instead to organize and form this group with warriors and activists and leaders and politicians to forge a new beginning, to start a revolution. They say peacefully and inherently different than the Cuban struggle, what Frantz Fanon had to go through, and other places historically. The real sadness here now has to do with this insistence to be so together, aware, and filled with attention for one another now. The city I'm talking about now, Seattle, has some of the best cancer research in the world on planet Earth. Some of the most intelligent, wise, and thoughtful engineers. They build airplanes at Boeing. They save lives of soldiers at Microsoft. And they help people get well from COVID-19 at the University of Washington Hospital. And these people work hard, they struggle to solve their problems and make decisions professionally to help the civilization they receive their paycheck from now. These people who are anarchists and rioters and phrase and slogan making Marxists have not recognized their insistence on stimulation. These people who are doing these hard tasks, making disease go away, healing sickness, building a self-driving car at Google as another example. They are as absent-minded as me, and more so, having been accredited from institutions and universities and colleges they graduated from now. Whereas I study independently and buy from my bank account the books that I read with quantum wave mechanics, math, neurology, descriptions about different disorders and different ailments. When the person gets off of work and finished with their day's tasks, with their day of energy spent, they're greeted by smiling, thrill-seeking, energetic, and life-filled brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, offering their services. And they go to their restaurants and they sit on the porch with them. They go up to the top of the building and they look out at the stars and hear their stories and their struggles and how much progress we're making with those tax dollars being given by that person who's doing such fantastic stuff now. They say if you need a bag of weed or if you need some cocaine to get you to figure out that equation, call, write, or simply message on Facebook what you need now. People appear out of nowhere. People suddenly show up when the door opens to a home. And there's a party all of the sudden now. The person who uses their brain will always be controlled by the primitive farmer and his wife. Their dogs, their cats, their style and their culture. Or risk starvation and hunger. And dying sad and lonely and miserable in their hospital. The speeds are totally different. The drug addict, former user, go from one number to the next as quick as a 0 goes to 6. The surgeon, the nurse, the doctor, count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For respect. And fairness. But the argument will always be solved by the intelligent and the brilliant who say, well, we both get to 6 and we both say 0. And I was first, so I'm picking the needle and you need to get the rubber band. You need to get the spoon and I'm going to get the lighter and we're going to get some heroin now. Those with compassion, monks, nuns, healers, shamans, elders from Tibet and other places, they get no benefit in arguing. And would rather choose the simplicity and the ease of satisfying the needs of those who need pleasure, who need their emotions to feel good. Now, the end.